Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll talk about training. What of a program am I following, and also Lory, what program is she following? She has the goal Bodycomp, so she wants to lose body fat and stay lean, or also maybe increase a little bit of muscle mass. For me, the goal is very simple. I want to gain muscle mass, gain strength, and overall, it's not really important if I lose a little bit of body fat, because I have the luck that I have in between 12 to 15% of body fat. If you are looking for losing body fat, then the approach would be a little bit different. But in overall terms, I will explain to you why maximum strength or strength overall is a better goal to start with, instead of just increasing the volume and just starting to pump. Take good notice. I hope you like this video. I hope it's valuable for you, and I hope this will help you to increase your strength and also overall to achieve your goals. So first things first, when I look back to when I was training for bodybuilding competitions, I didn't really care about strength. So strength was something I didn't need for my sports, or actually a lot of sports don't need maximum strength, they actually need speed. But in bodybuilding especially, it's all about hypertrophy and how you look. So we had a lot of volume, we had a lot of reps, supersets, trisets, giant sets. Back then I called that mammoth sets, maybe you call it as well. But in the end, it's just a metabolic adaptation to training. That means you burn a lot of carbohydrates during the training and hope that you can refill the carbohydrates in form of food, so you will have pumped bigger muscles in the end. There is something I learned throughout the years of coaching people. When, for example, an athlete comes to me and he's really strong, he will have an advantage over someone who is not strong. And this is not because strength is something genetic, it's also because the guy may be trained differently. So compound movements, deadlift, squats, and bench press, you know that story. It gives you more strength and overall gives you also a foundation you need for building muscle mass. So the foundation in other terms is strength. But when you're starting out and avoiding deadlifts, avoiding squats, and just doing machines, like 10 years ago this was the case, everyone wanted to pump and to feel different angles, and even if you had no chest at all, no biceps at all, you wanted to do every different angle there is existing, cable, decline, negatives, whatsoever. You're actually starting at the wrong direction, because you're stimulating a muscle with a lot of volume, with a lot of reps, but the reps are not really intensive enough. If you want, for example, if you are squatting 180 kilos for 1 rep max, in comparison to your colleague who is consistently training but is only doing 1 rep max with 100 kilos, the one who can squat 180 kilos can also do with 10 reps more weight than the guy who can only squat for 100 kilos 1 rep. He will eventually need less weight for doing 10 reps. So when we have the sweet spot in between 6 to 12 reps of muscle building stimulus, we actually lose a lot of potential we could have when we would start on training maximum strength first. This doesn't mean that you just concentrate on maximum strength overall, because this wouldn't be also really wise for the joints, because you need an adaptation for the joints as well, not only for muscle mass. But it means that in the beginning you shouldn't be worried about trisets, supersets, giant sets. You should be worried that you are in between 4 to 8 reps, more or less, and sometimes in a cycle of 4 or 6 weeks you can go to 10 or even 15 reps. This can be in a wave cycle, so that means 1 month you have a little bit strength orientated, the other month a little bit hypertrophy orientated, and then again the other month strength orientated. But in overall, it has to mean that from January to December in 1 year, you are increasing your strength and not just playing around with the weights, because looking at it differently, you have a flat line. So you're not increasing strength. That means the stimulus won't grow, and you will end up with a problem a lot of people have when they are at the gym. They plateau. That means they don't get the progress, even if they have tried every bro science method there is, new splits, also new methods, even new supplements, or in the end, steroids. Steroids is something I will discuss for you transparently in another topic, in another video. But to be now really quick, steroids can't really perform or can't really help you when your training is bad, your nutrition is bad, your sleep is bad, and even your genetics are bad. The reason why I want to tell you about my training is because at the current moment I am natural. Since the last few years I'm natural. More or less I was in a good shape, in a healthy shape, because after taking steroids, after doing competitions in bodybuilding, your body is ruined. And I'm not exaggerating. This is something different for a few of other people, but for me, it was also mentally, okay, I'm not on juice, I can't train so heavy, I can't train as intense. In the end, I did avoid the training. I was not motivated, I didn't go to the gym, and then comes the steps like you lose momentum and you lose the motivation. To avoid that all, I discovered even if I train natural bodybuilders or enhanced bodybuilders, everyone I train the same. That means before anyone starts to take something, and I again don't encourage you to take something, but before anything, I always try to develop strength, to develop conditioning. And yeah, this sounds a little bit easy because there is a lot of people who call themselves strength and conditioning coaching. But in the end, it's because of a reason. It's needed to have a strength level and a certain conditioning. When you have a poor cardiovascular system, you can't really build up this volume tolerance of training with a lot of reps, a lot of sets. When you don't have strength, you can't train with the needed intensity, even if the volume is low. So this has to be in mind. That's why I'll tell you about my training and I will explain to you why I chose it. First, I have a split, it calls upper body, lower body. So I train if everything works out, and there's no excuse, but sometimes life happens. If everything works out, I train twice per week upper body, twice per week lower body. In between every upper body and every lower body training, there are 2 to 3 days. And sometimes when I don't feel like, I also add 1 rest day more. You have to choose it for yourself. The best indicator if you have done something good is the performance. Are you increasing strength, or are you increasing 1 rep more, or is just the overall feeling, the like muscle-mind connection getting better from training to training? Then continue doing it. If not, something is not good and you have to keep that in mind. As a rule, we have, when you are not progressing after 3 trainings in a row, you should change the program. This is something I also learned. I didn't discover it for myself, or I didn't invent it, but it makes a lot of sense, because when you see your personal training clients, for example, and they don't progress 3 weeks in a row or 3 workouts in a row, you actually need to talk with him, maybe with him or her. Maybe lack of sleep, maybe pure supplementation, maybe something else. But as a coach, when you are training an athlete and you think, okay, he's eating right, she's eating right, sleep is good, everything other is good, but the training by itself don't show you progress. Training itself, you have to analyze more. For example, for me, my main exercises, the A series, is chest incline with a barbell and ring pull-ups. At the moment, my focus is just doing the workout and totally honest, just surviving the workouts and building up consistency. I'm beginning this week as a total amateur, as a total beginner. Why? Because my stakes are very low so that I can build over it. I know a lot of other people have different approaches. I try to aim low and start up low so that I can really build up momentum. When I would start 10 years ago, I would do it differently. I also would have done different splits, but for me at the moment it's working out. And again, from week 1 to week 2, I increased my 2 rep max, my top sets in incline barbell press, from 2 reps with 95 kilos to yesterday's 3 reps, 105 kilos, which is actually impressive for me, even if it's not impressive for you. I used to do more weight, but this is long gone and I'm rebuilding myself, like I told you the first video. For Lory, her approach is not strength. Her approach is not really something more than just being in shape or getting in shape. So she's doing more metabolic work. For you to know, she's doing at the A series 3 exercises in a row. For example, in the upper body workout, she's having a push press, a barbell or a dumbbell push press, military press, doesn't matter, it's just like a vertical press overhead, and also a vertical pull down. If she's deciding to have a close grip, a wide grip, neutral grip, it doesn't matter. Overall, it's needed a lot of weight, so she's in between 6 to 10 reps, and after the A1 exercise she goes to the A2 exercise, and then from the A2 exercise to the A3 exercise. The last 2 weeks she could only do 2 exercises in a row because her tolerance, her volume tolerance, you could tell it, I don't know if the term is in English right, but her work capacity, in other words, is not built up yet, so she needs a little bit more time to adapt. The time will tell, and also her progress and also her fat loss and overall feeling, if the training is going well. The goal would be 3 exercises in a row as the A series with heavy weights in comparison to do 15 to 20 reps, which is just burning, but not really giving any stimulus. It's like flying underneath the radar just to not hurt the body. So anyway, for me, A1, A2 is a superset. I have a push exercise followed by a pull exercise. Why? Again, the same approach as I would have for my clients, time efficient, economic, and also motivating. I'm far away from the times when I was really focused at one exercise, could rest enough and focus again to do it the same set. For me, it has to be also a challenge. And as a side effect, it has also a metabolic effect for me, so I'm getting a little bit conditioning. B series is not the highest priority, but for me still a compound movement, so I do dips and then face pulls. Why face pulls? For me, it's a very underrated exercise, and I love to do it with every one of my clients. Everyone starts at a certain point. Face pulls is for me the precursor to be able of rowing heavy or even pushing overhead like a neck press or a military press. So face pulls for everyone, please. The A series I do with 6 sets. In this system is 6-6, 4-4, 2-6. That means I start with 6 reps, second set 6, third set 4 reps, and so on. The top set would be the 2 reps max, which is a top set, so no reps in reserve, followed by a backup set, which is actually the main stimulus for hypertrophy, but I do it with 6 reps instead of a lot of people maybe with 12 reps. Why is that? My overall goal would be defined as functional hypertrophy. That means I want to build up strength, but also hypertrophy. That's why I have a main, like a top set, and also a backup set. This gives me the advantage of a stimulus for both. Again, you have to test it out. Please try it out. Let me know what's your system to train now. For Lory, I told you again, it's not really that important that she increases the weight, but she has to perform. And for the B series, it's just like the same as for me. The B series and upper body, dips and face pulls, because we are a couple, we also train together, we grow together, and so we can train together. A series by herself, A series for me, and then the B series we train together. C series is meant to be when I feel right, when I feel okay, I'm still having energy, I'll do a biceps and a triceps exercise. For me especially, I also wished I would have known that 10 years ago. I tried to train the biceps as a precursor to a heavier pull-up or a heavier rowing. That means I'm not really worried that my bicep is getting bigger. I want to be my elbow flexors to be stronger. Sometimes the 4 weeks I try to do a neutral grip of bicep curl standing. Sometimes I do even a pronated grip so that my brachioradialis is a little bit getting more work done, so that I can have a carryover effect from this bicep curl to maybe a pull-up and having also extra weight for the pull-up. Again, the goal in this time is now just to survive the trainings and have the consistency, but next month I will start with extra weight doing the pull-ups. Why I do the pull-ups? I have never ever done pull-ups in my entire bodybuilding time. Not as an exercise, just sometimes to show off. And when you have the experience, and please do that experiment and let me know, if you have pull-ups for maybe 3 months in your program and you don't row at all, bend over rows at the machine, you will have a big surprise because it has a big carryover effect for the rows. So you will get stronger by the rows. If you have maybe a plateau or you have the feeling that you are not even feeling the lats so much when you do your back workouts, try the pull-ups. Try the pull-ups with the goal to be stronger in them. Also 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 reps. I would prefer 2 reps with extra weight in every workout. And if you can't do a pull-up, this is a best invitation to learn how to do a pull-up. Write me an email. I'll give you a free guide on how to learn your first pull-up. I did that a lot of times with my clients. Was not on my radar, was not even aware of that is a big thing to achieve, because for me it wasn't. But every of my clients loves when they can achieve the first pull-up. This is a game changer for them and they will love to train with you again. So if you're a personal trainer and you want to have clients who are really happy and staying together with you, try the pull-up challenge. The first pull-up, and they will remember you a lifelong. Then we are losing time a little bit. Let's go directly to the lower body split. Lower body split is for me something of a challenge because a long time I had an injury in the knee. So I thought the injury in the knee went away since I followed the ATG protocols. ATG, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's from the guy knees over toes. Yeah, it's correctly knees over toes guy. His perspective or his philosophy changed my mind. Because I worked a lot with physiotherapists, I also followed the rules of don't bend underneath 90 degrees. What happened was when I was squatting, I didn't like squatting because it hurt, so I avoided squatting. When I avoided squatting, my structures became fragile, and so I went weaker and weaker underneath 90 degrees. To this point, my knees don't hurt anymore at anything. This is the first time in my life, the first year in my life that I don't have knee pain. And that's why in every workout I have squats integrated. Second, full range of motion. Third, hypertrophy is at the moment not the main goal. The main goal is structural integrity and also strength overall. That I achieve at the moment with front squats or hack squats machine or normal back squats. I'm not a good squatter, so please don't take me as a role model, but if it goes and it motivates you to squat, please start to squat. Forget any bullshit you heard about don't going underneath 90 degrees or don't do sissy squats or don't do Polkin squats. This is old fashioned and I'm happy to work with my clients and every one of them has exactly the same experience. One day I will also upload a few videos of my clients, 60 years plus, and they have fantastic execution of the squats and they don't have any more knee pain. So this is for me a fantastic thing to share with you. Leg day. For Lory's leg day, she has again metabolic work. She dies every workout we do it together because it's very, very exhausting. That's why the first video I told you maybe it will be not for you, so change it up a little bit. But for her main goal, Bodycomp or losing body fat, she needs a lot of metabolic work. She needs a lot of carbs deficit or like burning carbs with a lot of lactic acid. Lactic acid is built when you have a lot of reps, but again, my goal is not to waste time or waste what I would say food to have 15 to 20 reps. I do, or Lory does, the A1 exercise, squats or leg press with 6 to 8 reps, followed by walking lunges with weights, 10 to 20 steps. That means 8 to 10 steps per leg. Then followed by another exercise of her choosing. For me, it would be Romanian deadlifts, that means stiff leg deadlifts. It could be also just jumping squats or static squats. Again, don't take any program I'm designing very literal. It's just also a thing of feeling. How does she feel? How does she like it? And from workout to workout, is any progression there? The progression could be for her, is she losing fat? Is she maintaining muscle mass? How we measure that is very simple. We do a skin fold measurement once a month. This time we measured ourselves and didn't really record it. Sorry for that. It was really early in the morning and we didn't have light. Like here I put this setup on so that I can follow more and more videos. But the next time I will also make sure to record it so that you see how we do a skin fold measurement. Skin fold measurements I would prefer instead of doing like a body in analysis because it gives you just an overall body fat index. But what you need is actually every single skin fold so that you can I'm not sure that's 100% accurate, but so that you can a little bit reference, is the hormone system good, is cortisol levels rising, is your carb intake too high or too low. So this you can really detect when you do a skin fold measurement. So that would be it. I want it to be short. It's now 20 minutes long. I have to cut a lot of bullshit out, but I hope you like this video. Let me know. Also, here will be a few clips during my talking how our workout was. But if you want an in-depth training video or like a vlog, like I take you guys with me during training, let me know. I'm open for everything and I'm enjoying this YouTube lifestyle. Thank you very much. Till then, till the next time, just feel powerful.